little less than a century and a half ago, a small bare island off the South China coast became the British Crown colony of Hong Kong. The protected waters round the island provided excellent shelter for the fishermen's boats. But it was a long time before anyone realized that Hong Kong would become one of the world's greatest natural harbors. The effective combination of the apparent incompatibility of hydrofoils weaving in and out of the traditional junks is typical of the port of Hong Kong. No other port has grown and prospered like Hong Kong. The combination of Chinese business acumen and hard work with British pragmatism and common sense has had a lot to do with this particular success story. The tremendous potential advantages of the water between Hong Kong Island and the mainland of Kowloon are obvious enough to the modern eye. But this great concourse of shipping and miles of dock installations needed more than natural advantages to bring them about. From the very first, Hong Kong port was one of the main gateways to and from China. But since the 1950s, the colony's own industries have been growing at a fantastic pace, and the port now handles much more trade into and out of the colony than it does cargoes to and from mainland China. The management of the Port of Hong Kong and its crowded shipping is the responsibility of the Marine Department of the Hong Kong government, and a considerable responsibility it is, with more than 20,000 small craft and more than 7,000 ocean-going ships using the port every year. To cope with the huge traffic of cargo ships, ferries, junks, lighters and sampans, the Marine Department has set up an ultra-modern port control office using sophisticated communication equipment.
Export builder, this is Hong Kong port control. The fairway is clear. You may proceed to buoy 827. Over.
Export builder is only one of a great fleet of ships which move 12 million tons of cargo through the port of Hong Kong every year.
Export builder, this is Hong Kong port control. Understand you now scheduled to buoy 827. Roger, out.
No matter how large a ship may be, the unique, mostly family-owned and operated fleet of junks and sampans will undertake to load or unload it with a combination of speed and organization which is wholly Chinese in its single-minded determination. Hong Kong lightermen and their families may still be loading and discharging ships moored out in the harbour. But across the harbour, a revolution in containerization has begun at the new ocean terminal in Kowloon. There are basically two sorts of container ship, those which require only a quayside for the container lorries and which carry their own equipment for hoisting and lowering the containers, and those which are dependent on dockside facilities for loading and unloading their containers. So far, Hong Kong has accommodation only for the first sort of container ship, the sophisticated self-sustaining monsters that come in like sea-going express trains, snatch their cargoes from the moving line of lorries and put to sea again, all in a matter of hours. Further along from Kowloon, at Kwai Chung, in the New Territories, plans for a great new container terminal are already far advanced. The 400 acres of flat land on which the terminal is being built have been reclaimed from the sea, with hardly any use of the colony's natural land. The statistics of the Port of Hong Kong are impressive. More than 12 million tons of cargo are handled yearly, and more than 500,000 tourists land, a number which is increasing every year. The ferries carry over 200 million passengers a year, and nearly 7,000 fishing boats use this 23 square miles of natural harbour. Hong Kong has grown up. From the small, unproductive island of 150 years ago, today the colony has become, through the hard work of the people who've chosen to make Hong Kong their home, one of the most modern industrial trading nations on earth.